Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. My gosh, we're so excited tonight to have everyone on this call to talk about our Clean 10 program. So this is an information call all about our Clean 10. We're going to go over the guidelines. We're going to hear some stories. And this really, I mean, if you know of our Shred 10, which is kind of what this program was called before, we have kind of given our Shred 10 program a facelift. We've changed the name, we've added some things, we've taken out some things. And so we are just super, super excited to share all of these changes with you. I know for me, like this, and for everybody, this program has been our baby really for about 5.5 years now. And we have impacted so many lives along the way, people with more energy, better skin, better guts, better, less inflammation, sleeping better, just all these amazing things. And so it's really just become, I know, at least for me, it's become key in my life and in my husband's life and a lot of the lives that that I have shared this program with. So just a little bit about me, a little background. My name is Allison Fitzpatrick. I have been with the Juice Plus company now for 5.5 years, and I've been helping to run this program for the past 5.5 years. And before I was introduced to this program, the reason why I was so drawn to it is because I was really living almost all of the Shred guidelines before I was introduced to the program. I was already eating clean. I had already gotten rid of inflammatory foods out of my body. I had been suffering from chronic neck pain for years, and the only thing that helped me was changing the way that I ate and getting rid of these inflammatory foods, going gluten-free, going dairy-free, getting rid of processed sugars. And, even though that had, helped me with my pain and my pain was gone, fast forward a couple of years, I wasn't really feeling healthy still. I was still getting sick all the time. I was still tired all the time. I knew something was missing, but I didn't know what it was. And so when I saw my friend Becky, who's on this call, talk about the Shred, which was the Shred at the time, I was like, okay, this sounds interesting. Like, I'm doing most of these guidelines, but I know that there's something missing. And I knew that the biggest change for me was getting more plants into my body, eating more fruits and vegetables, because we can be eating clean, but not necessarily be fueling our bodies with what our bodies need to thrive for optimal health. And so that was really the big change for me. And since then, after my first Shred, my energy went through the roof. I was feeling incredible. I always tell people, I don't know how to explain it, but I was just a happier person. Like, I had more energy. I was happy. Like, I was sleeping better. I was pooping better, like literally everything. And so fast forward 5.5 years, here I am. I live this program. I share it every single month. I am super passionate about it. And now we've kind of given it this facelift, and I'm really excited to share with you all of these new guidelines tonight and to hear some stories as well. So I'm just going to head right into the guidelines, and then we're going to hear some stories. And I know Amanda is going to wrap it up later, talking about our products a little bit and just wrapping up the call for us. So we have 3 different categories in our Clean 10. We have what we're adding into the program, or what we're adding as habits every single day, what we're reducing or eliminating, and then also what we are completely eliminating. So first, the add. So a couple of things that we're adding is more plants, just more plants in general, more fruits and vegetables. That includes our Juice Plus product. So Amanda will touch a little bit on these at the end. But again, when I came into this program, the only thing that changed for me was adding these in. So with all of these, you can get in an extra, 39 plants into your body every day, this variety, this rainbow of plants, which normally most of us don't get in. So we're adding in our Juice Plus capsules daily, and then also adding in 1 to 2 of our complete shakes. These are whole food shakes. They taste amazing. You can make smoothies. Right now it's cold. I'm making hot lattes every day instead of cold smoothies to keep myself warm. You can make it as a pudding. You can use it as a snack. You can use it as a meal replacement. So we're adding in 1 to 2 of our complete shakes every day. The other thing we're adding is hydration, drinking plenty of water every day. Also getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, which is so, so important. I think a lot of us lack sleep a lot. And so sleep is so, so important. Exercising most days. And that doesn't necessarily have to be like going for a long run or doing CrossFit or like doing something crazy. Like if you're starting off, like going for a walk, You know what I mean? Maybe going for a bike ride. Like it doesn't yoga, like it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but getting movement, some type of movement in every single day or most days. We are also adding in, which we've never done before, and we're excited about this, is we're adding in at least 10 mindful minutes every single day. And this is something that I think is really important because we kind of say all the time, like we can have this healthy body, but if we don't have a healthy mind as well, like a healthy body plus a healthy mind, that's what's going to bring us a happy life, right? And so we have to work on our mindset. So we're adding in at least 10 minutes. If you want to do more, that's a bonus. And we're going to give you ideas on what those things are. It can be meditation, maybe it's some quiet white space, maybe it's going for a walk, but we will give you ideas on what these mindful minutes can be, and you can decide what is best for you each day. And then the other thing we're adding in is just a 12-hour fast between the time we finish dinner and the time we have breakfast in the morning. So that may vary depending on your timing for when you eat dinner and when you eat breakfast the next day. But we're looking to have that 12-hour window between that fasting window between dinner and breakfast. So what are we reducing or eliminating? So we are reducing caffeine. Or eliminating caffeine. We highly recommend trying to eliminate caffeine if you can do that. I know it can be really hard for people, and a lot of people come into this program and say, I can't not have my coffee, I have to do it. But you will be surprised how many people come into this program and they try it and they're like, I can't believe I did that. And they're just so proud of themselves and they feel amazing. Because what we want to do is, like, food is fuel, right? And so we think that caffeine is fuel, but food is actually fuel. So we want to really train our bodies to fuel and have energy from the food we eat and not just feel like we have to have caffeine, right? And so a lot of times, I know for me, I got rid of caffeine 15 some years ago, and I don't miss it at all. And I never have that afternoon slump where I feel like I need to have something in order to make it through the rest of the day. So it's reduce or eliminate, because we know it can be hard to totally eliminate. We are also reducing and eliminating eating late. So one of the changes we've made in the program from our Shred 10 is, it used to be we would stop eating by 6 or 6:30 at night. And we totally understand that everybody's schedules are different. That can be really hard for people. So we're really encouraging you to, once you stop eating, to give yourself 3 hours between dinner and bedtime, just to give your body time to rest and digest before you go to bed. So if you have to eat at 7 o'clock or you have to eat at 7:30, that's totally fine. But really try to give yourself that 3 hours between dinner and bedtime. And then we are reducing or eliminating processed foods. And you want to eliminate definitely as much as you can. But there will be some things that we probably need to have that may be a little bit processed, and that's okay. We are completely eliminating alcohol during the 10 days. Don't worry, it's only 10 days. It's one weekend not to have like wine or something like that. Again, that's another thing that people find really hard and are super proud of themselves after they do it. And then we are eliminating gluten and dairy, right? These inflammatory foods or foods that can cause inflammation in our bodies. And then we're also eliminating any artificial or refined sugars. So that is basically the guidelines of the Shred or of the Clean, sorry, the Clean 10. I'm going to get that mixed up for a while until we get used to it. And then the other couple of things that we're doing that are new is we're going to be having in our Facebook group. We have an amazing Facebook group with tons of support. We post every single day. We share recipes. You know, we do lots of great things in there. We're going to be having a monthly cooking demo, which is going to be a lot of fun with different things that we're going to be demoing each month. And then we're also going to be providing, because we provide tons of recipe guides. We have recipe guides, we have books, we have all these things, but we're also going to be providing just a one-pager of some of our favorite Shred recipes with a link to the recipes that you can find online. So for somebody that's just like, okay, this is great that we have all of these recipe books, but it's too overwhelming for me and they want a shortened little version, we're going to have that for them as well. So that's everything we are super, super excited about. But you know, the most important thing is the stories, right? Like, how has this program affected people's lives? How has it changed people's lives? So we're excited to share some stories tonight. And I am going to first pass it over to Stacy.
Thanks, Allison. So hi everyone, and good evening. So my name is Stacy King, and I live in Maryland, right outside Washington, D.C. And I'm a mom of two teenagers. And I'm married to my husband, and I'm a PT, and I am soon to be wrapping up a functional medicine health coaching program. And I have to say that this program is amazing, and it aligns with everything in the functional medicine world and everything I know that works for my body. So I was introduced to the Shred, which is now our Clean 10 program, exactly 5 years ago this month as an introduction. I didn't start it until January. And how I found out about it is I was actually Facebook stalking Hillary, who's on this call, and she was posting about the program, and I was super curious about it. And I tried looking it up online and I couldn't find anything. So I had to kind of suck it up and reach out to her and say, hey, what is this thing that you're doing? And what she didn't know at the time until we actually talked was that I was actually looking for something because we had this big family event coming up at the end of January, and I was struggling on so many different levels. I was struggling to lose those last 5 pounds. I was struggling with GI upset and bloating. I was struggling with my workout recoveries. I was a very religious 5 a.m. Orange Theory worker outer. And I was struggling with migraines and brain fog. And so I knew this event was coming up, and I just really wanted to figure out what it was. I had already been on a clean eating journey, and I just wasn't quite getting where I needed to do. So as soon as Hillary told me the guidelines, I was in. I didn't actually need any convincing because I feel like a lot of us know what we need and we just don't know where to go to get it. And so for me, it was kind of just in front of me. So I was in before she finished saying what it was. When I found out that the products were free for my kids, I was like, awesome, sign my husband up too. He's going to do it with me. And thankfully, he goes along with a lot of what I ask him to do. She told me about the shakes, and I was like, cool, I'm already on shakes, but I hate them all. I probably had five opened different brands of vegan shakes out there that were all terrible. So we got going. Like I said, my husband was said, if you can tell me what to do, I'll do it. We jumped on board for the first shred in January, 5 years ago, January. And within a few days, the changes that I felt inside my body were just incredible. And it was things like I had more energy in my 5 a.m. workouts. I started sleeping a lot better. I noticed I could push harder in my workouts too without feeling like something was going to go wrong. And so I'm a physical therapist. I was an elite gymnast, and I'm very in tune to my body. And it was like, oh, I can go faster on the treadmill without that fear of something happening. So something was going on in this clean eating program and adding all of these plants to my diet. So by the end of the 10 days, my husband and I turned to each other because we still had like 2 more weeks until this big event. And it was working so well for both of us. And it just seemed so natural that we kept going. So that's a testament to the program. It's like, we didn't want to come off because we were feeling so good. So we did it for almost 3 weeks. I have to admit, I was afraid to death to eat anything at this big event, but I persevered and I was okay. But when we looked back on it and then we kind of adopted the shred into our lifestyles, what we've noticed over time is definitely sleep better. Still having, well, my husband's working out right now. I'm not for other reasons, but he's recovering great and pushing harder at 50 than he was at 40. He's playing old man soccer. I haven't had a migraine, I think, in 4 years. It's one of those things that when you don't realize you're not having it, you look back on it. And I know it's because of this, because I couldn't handle it anymore. So that's the summary for my story. And now I think I'm going to pass it on to Shannon for her to share her story.
Hey guys. So thanks, Stacy, for that. I'm also a physical therapist. So I'm a sports physical therapist. And a little bit of background of how I got into it. I've been doing the Clean 10, this 10-day eating program for the past about 3 years. And I started it kind of in a stage of life where I was just graduated grad school and I still was kind of in the party life and eating unhealthy. And just, I definitely didn't realize I had a negative relationship with food until I said it out loud. Like I was weighing myself twice a day, once in the morning, once after a workout. I was always thinking like about my next meal. I was like, what am I going to eat for breakfast, lunch, or dinner? And it was like consuming your thoughts. And I feel like if you were to talk to, like, I think every single person has a different type of body image, kind of struggle. And so when I said this out loud to myself, I was like, wow, like, I need to readjust and find something that works for me. Hillary, who's on the call, introduced me to it and said, this might work for you. And I was like, all right, I'll do it with you. And so I just didn't want to think about like the calories I was consuming or counting calories. And I think a lot of these fad diets are, sometimes a little bit too consuming. And I like how it was just like pretty straightforward, like eat fruits and vegetables, eat from, your refrigerator, eat from like the outside of the grocery store type of thing. And you can eat as much as you want of it, but just eating clean. And I was like, okay, I think I can do that. I'll add that into my diet. And so fast forward, and after my first shred, like I was able to give up caffeine for about 1 or 2 years. And now I just drink coffee black. I now only drink almond milk. And so I don't really use as much gluten, and same with my boyfriend too. So there's definitely changes that I've made over these past 3 years as I continue to do the shred, or the Clean10 program, as we call it now. So that's like my own story. And honestly, I literally joined this company too as a partner because of how much I like this Clean10 program. And because, especially with just like with younger girls, and I treat a lot of younger athletes, it's important to have that positive self-image and body image. And I feel like this is the only program that lets you eat, as much as you want in terms of like vegetables, and fruits, and getting like the plant powders in your diet. And you really do feel energized instead of like this huge detox and just feeling super crappy. So I'm a sports physical therapist. And so I was like, okay, do I think like a lot of athletes could benefit from this? And so I was talking to my athletes, college, high school, and professional wise. And I was like, and some people were like, okay, I just want to get faster, stronger. Like I want to get bigger, or I want to lean out. And I was like, hey, try this program because you're going to feel more energized. And so I got a lot of good feedback back from like just a different population in terms of just a very active population. And they still felt really energized with their workouts. They still felt they were getting good sleep, and they just didn't have that, like they had just like great like mental clarity, I would say. So I've had a great relationship with this program, Clean10, for myself, and with my own diet. Like I feel like I'm not worried about food. I feel like I'm not thinking about snacking. I'm not thinking about my next meal. I'm actually enjoying it, and looking forward to it, and picking healthier options. And then two, with my clients and my patients, I've heard great feedback from it. And they also, it's really helped change their exercise level and energy, and giving them that edge to their performance. So thank you very much.
All right, we're passing over to Lynette.
Yeah. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Lynette. I have been, I'm a health coach, personal trainer, very busy mom, grandma, and a bunch of other stuff. But I have been with the company and doing the shred for about 2.5 years. I initially started it because of my oldest daughter. I was actually introduced to it by Stacy, who's also on the call and share earlier today. She was having some health issues, and one of the things that Stacy talked to me about was about eating healthy and see how that will help her. So I got started. Main reason in everything because of her. But when she got started with the shred, everyone in the family started. I started, my husband started, my younger daughter started, and my older daughter started. I literally just put everyone on a shred and just made it a lifestyle. Within everything, it helped her a lot. It definitely changed a lot of the things that was going on with her. She was having a lot of allergies, and she was having a lot of skin reactions throughout her body. And after the shred, after eliminating all the foods and eating all like the extra fruits and vegetables, and changing her eating habits and having all the stuff that we do on the shred, or sorry, on the clean. I'm like Allison right now, trying to like put it all together. On the Clean10, definitely we saw some change. But personally, because I jump into it too, one of the things that I noticed was, for me, was the eating. I'm a health coach, but I have always been very flexible about what I eat and how I eat. And with this one was a lot of like structure. I needed a lot of structure. and taking the gluten, dairy out of my diet really helped me. And one of the things I noticed was my migraines. I also suffer from migraines, and they went away. I used to have several throughout the weeks, and now if I get any, it's sometimes once a month. For someone who has migraines, that's huge. That's a huge help, like going from several times a week to once a month if you get any. And then a lot of, I didn't have problems with my weight, but I did notice that it was a lot easier for me to not get bloated. I didn't realize that a lot of food that I was eating and a lot of the things that I was doing was getting me to be very bloated. It wasn't that I was gaining weight, it was just me getting bloated and inflamed or having inflammation from all this food. So I got to realize that was helping me a lot. And since, I'm pretty much throwing everybody in here, it also helped my youngest daughter, who was also doing the shred. It's definitely, yeah, you can come say hi. She's like paying attention to the entire call. So basically, because this is a program that anyone can do, not only for adults, not only for, trainers or personal trainers or anyone. It's basically for anyone and everyone, just because of how the program is. It's pretty much eat healthy food, and the kids can do it. And with the products that we're also probably going to talk about later, they're also allowed for kids because it's just fruits and vegetables. So I pretty much put everybody into it, and my youngest daughter did it. And one of the things we noted with her is that she loves to snack a lot. Like her snacking was like off the chart before the shred. And whenever she was like before the clean, when we were through the program, she was doing a lot better, and her snacking literally just disappeared entirely. She started to drink more water. She loves the shakes. She loves the gummies. She was eating the food. She didn't have any trouble with it. And everyone in the family just love it just because of how easy it is. And you can see the change, and you can see all the things that will happen for your body, for your health, and for your family. So that's me. I think I pass it now to Amanda.
Yes. Oh my goodness, Lynette. I love all of your stories. So great. And what I want to just end with, I love that you said it was for everyone, because I did want to make sure that people did realize that the shred, the Clean10, sorry, I'm trying to, there we go. Had to get my computer right. The Clean10 is for anyone, including if you're pregnant, trying to get pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, if you're older, if you're an athlete. It really can benefit everyone. So I'm Amanda Wright. I didn't introduce myself. I've, along with Allison, been leading the shred now for, I guess, 5.5 years. And it's just one of those programs that I know without a doubt, if someone follows the guidelines, they're going to look better, they're going to feel better, they're going to poop better, their skin's going to glow, and they're just going to have more of a confidence in themselves and in their body and listening to their body. We talk a lot about this program, that you become a better listener as to what your body needs, and intuitively start eating a little bit differently and feeling your body differently. So that's my hope for you. I welcome you to join us. I do want to talk a little bit about the pricing, just because I know that that's a, as you're thinking about how to start the new year with your budget. And I want to assure you that we can find a price that works for you. There's lots of options. I'm going to give you a couple. All of them are the only price that's really involved in our program is purchasing the Juice Plus products. So there's no extra charge for belonging to our Clean10 group. You're going to get tons of extra value. You're going to have partners in health for life. If you want us, you can be part of the group for a long time. So lots of added value. But our products, and I'll just mention them briefly, Allison showed them to you, are plant powders. They're fruits and vegetables and berries in a capsule form. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I've been taking these personally for 8 years. They contain over 30 microdoses of the most nutritious fruits and vegetables that you can find. Different than a vitamin. So when you add in the plant produce, you're getting that extra nutrition. You can order just these. These are $50 a month. And with these come a free product for kids. So the fruit and vegetable is $50 a month. All three, I'm trying to record this at the same time. So all three, the fruit, the vegetable, and the berry, are $75 a month. And then if you add in the vegan omegas, that makes it up to $100 a month. Now that's, you would purchase a 4-month supply. All of our products come in a 4-month supply. And you may be thinking, well, I want to do this 10-day program. Why am I purchasing 4 months of product? And really that's because our program is really meant to be a jump start. We know that to develop habits, it takes longer than 10 days. 10 days is amazing. You're going to feel great. You're going to be confident. We can guarantee that you're going to notice some changes, or at least feel more confident in yourself and approaching some of these guidelines, but it's not enough to really develop those long-term changes. 4 months, we want you to take Juice Plus. We want you to flood your body with fruits and vegetables. We want you to keep trying the recipes. We want you to also add in the Juice Plus shakes. Okay, and these are going to be your secret weapon during the Clean 10. They're going to, like Allison said, adding in more plants into a shake every day for yourself. Could be a breakfast or lunch. And so when you add all this in, these are about a little over $2 a serving, and they come in a 60 serving package. So $140 for 60 servings. You can get some vanilla, some chocolate, or you can just do one or the other. But you're gonna want the shakes. You're gonna want the capsules. We can break it down for you. We have it all written out. But I just wanted to give you an overview of that's what really the cost is going for, is some really great high quality nutrition that's going to allow you to really set you up for success in this program and feel really great with taking these. Everything is researched. Everything has great certifications. Don't worry about any fillers or anything like that. This is very different than something that's on the shelf of GNC, let's say. This is really high quality nutrition, and we will be your partner in this. We're going to help you get started. So I kind of ran through that, but we're happy to send you more information. I would just say, if you're thinking about making some changes in 2022, if you're ready to get your energy back, if you want to have an edge in your athletic performance, you want to just, as I tell my moms, if you want to just get your groove back, which is what I wanted 5.5 years ago, is just to get, Mama wants her groove back, right? I wanted to have a little bit more energy with and without my kids. I would say this program, you can't go wrong, and we'd be more than honored to help lead you through it. So thank you. We're gonna end the recording. Please reach out to us or the person that invited you. We're happy to send you more resources, and have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda.